Listening on Audible helps your imagination soar. Whether you listen to stories, motivation, expert advice, any genre you love, you can be inspired to imagine new worlds, new possibilities, new ways of thinking. There's more to imagine when you listen. Listening can really lead to positive changes in your mood, your habits, and ultimately your overall well-being. I've been wanting something fun and light for the summer, so I started listening to The Stench of Honolulu by Jack Handey, who, of course, is from Saturday Night Live. We all remember Deep Thoughts. And it's true. I really feel like my imagination is bursting at the seams right now.
As an Audible member, you can choose one title a month to keep from their entire catalog, including the latest bestsellers and new releases.
New members can try Audible free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/crappens or text crappens to 500-500. That's audible.com/crappens or text crappens to 500-500.
The wait is over. Dell Technologies Black Friday and July deals are live.
Check out incredible savings on select laptops and more, like the XPS 15, powered by Intel Core processors.
The XPS 15 brings you the perfect balance of power and portability, plus stellar visuals and immersive sound.
When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to exceptional tech and electronics, plus free shipping on everything.
Don't miss out on Black Friday and July savings at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals. To me, it is always a good time of year for iced coffee, but in summer, there is no better way to start your day than with a cold, refreshing iced coffee. It just hits different.
Which is why it's a great time to try Quest Iced Coffee.
The Quest brand is known for redefining nutritional snacking, bringing you some of your favorite foods with added health benefits.
And Quest's newest product, iced coffee, is no different.
It comes in delicious mocha latte and vanilla latte flavors, and Quest iced coffee has 10 grams of protein and only 1 gram of sugar.
Absolutely delicious, absolutely energizing. I love this stuff. I'm using it every day now.
I mean, I just drank one right before this. Can you believe it? Find Quest iced coffees on Amazon.com/Quest Nutrition. Hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, a podcast about all that crap on Bravo that we just love to talk about. I'm Ben Mantelker, and joining me today is the one and only, the wonderful Mr. Ronnie Karam. Hi, Ronnie. How's it going?
Hi. Good. Thank you. Great to be here.
Oh my God. So great to have you here. It's so great. We're here to talk Below Deck Med. Before we dive into that, though, we do have like a fun little mini announcement to make, which is that for years, people have been saying, hey, how do I go through your back catalog of shows? Like, for instance, if I want to listen to all your recaps of Real Housewives of New Jersey season 8, like, how do I do that? There's so many shows on Watch What Crappens. Well, thanks to our lovely friend Paul, who has been going through and organizing the back catalog into playlists, we now have some enhanced back catalog navigational greatness going on. If you go to the Watch What Crappens site, we have now arranged the back catalogs for Below Deck Med, Real Housewives of New York, Real Housewives of New Jersey, Real Housewives of Orange County, and Winter is Crappening by season. Meaning that, like I just said, if you wanted to hear, our recap of Real Housewives, all our recaps of Real Housewives of New York season 8, now you can easily do that. You just go to the website. There's a tab there that now says back catalogs. You just go there and you just follow the navigation, and you'll go to the New York page and you'll scroll down to the Spotify playlist. These are organized by Spotify playlists, by the way. So if you don't want to have to keep coming to our website, you can just, I think, add the playlist to your Spotify library, whatever you want to do. So hopefully that makes it a lot easier for everyone to access our back catalog. And right now we've started out with those 5 shows because, some of them are airing. New York is coming back soon. We will be adding more shows to our back catalog inventory as Paul organizes them, etc. So we'll make announcements as new shows go live on our site, quote unquote. Obviously, all these shows are still available to anyone to listen to. You just, even if they're not on our site, you can navigate our back catalog. This just makes it a little easier. So if that's something that you want to do, if you're going to go on a road trip, if you like going down memory lane, then go check out the back catalogs feature now on watchwhatcrappens.com.
Yay! Hurrah!
Hurrah! Yeah.
Huzzah, as they say.
Yeah.
All right, so today is a Below Deck Med Day. What do you think of that, Ben?
Oh, I think great things about that. What do you think about that, Ronnie?
Love it. I've been thinking a lot about poor Ellie this week, Just really has it rough over there. Just been thinking, this poor Ellie. Now, we've been watching some Love Island as well, which I'm new to. I'm new to that show because I had watched a lot of Bachelor and Bachelorette in my day to do another podcast called Rose Pricks, which is still on. I'm not on it, but it's still there. And I used to do that. So I watched a lot. So I had enough hoery. And I mean that for both boys and girls. And so I had kind of given up on that for a while. And now we have that in our lives. But it really is crazy to see how much these shows have all learned from those shows, because now this show is just that show. It's just people feeling like they're losers if they're not fucking somebody on camera. I don't think they even like the people that they're fucking on camera. They just feel like they need to be fucking somebody to be worth anything. And I just don't know what that's doing for the evolution of the human species. Mm-hmm. But I do know that it's very entertaining to me, especially when the people who are fighting over dick are maids or bug people, pest control people, like the snake guy on Love Island. So I just want to say, thank you for all the desperation and gaping open woundery that's been happening on TV.
For a moment, when you said the pest people, I thought you were going to talk about the gay that we profiled on Dwell Hello this week, which will be coming up later in the week. But our Dwell Hello episode this week follows a gay pest control guy in Brisbane. And so that's why I
see it's even affected House Hunters, because even House Hunters, the guy feels like it's a House Hunters episode and he still needs to be getting dick in the House Hunters episode.
This is true.
To prove that he's worthy, So
not even a joke.
It just goes to further prove my point. I mean, these shows have really just changed everything.
Well, it's such a weird concept to me to think like, okay, I'm arriving.
There are guys here right now working on the house, and I thought, is anybody going to try to fuck me? Am I worth anything?
Well, imagine it's just funny to go into a workplace and say, okay, I'm here, first day at my job. Who am I going to hook up with? Like that's just not what I would personally think about.
I mean, I do. Of course. That's the only reason to go to work. Listen, I always said, when you don't want to go to work, just think, today I could meet my husband, like especially waiting tables, because you meet so many different people every day. Sometimes that's the only thing motivating me. Like there could be a penis on a stick at the end of this, like the carrot on a stick, just like a little penis being dangled in front of me in my own mind. And I would go every day. I very rarely missed work. I also very rarely got dick at work. But you know what? Kept me interested.
I do wish that we had asked Aisha. By the way, there is an Aisha interview. If you may have missed it, came up about a week ago. But I do kind of wish we had asked her, like, are yacht romances as prevalent as they are on Below Deck? Because it really has gotten to a point where people show up on this boat and say, okay, I want to hook up with that person. I want to hook up with that person. And it's like, are you doing this because you're genuinely attracted to these people? Are you really that horny? Or is it that you are trying to carve out your storyline for this season?
Yeah, why not both? Right.
Why not both?
So here we are. It's early a.m. and Bri and Ellie are still fighting about a man. And Ellie's like, Bri, I'm sorry, but your lack of experience shows, and you are not being aware how both works. So you saying, oh, you're belittling me. There's a chain of command. You are on the belittle end of the chain. Okay? There's big belittle chain or tiny belittle chain. You are a little tiny Lincoln chain of belittle. Okay? How dare you? How dare you?
But sometimes you make me feel dumb and it hurts. It's like, Bri, you are putting the iron on the washing machine, right? You're ironing the washing machine.
Other things that make Bri feel dumb. Numbers.
Electricity.
Words. Instructions.
Yeah.
Just general instructions. Ingredient lists on the back of peanut butter.
Yeah. Tinfoil. You might not feel as dumb if you stop doing dumb things.
Yeah. And Ellie's like, well, maybe it is your own insecurity that you feel about yourself. That's true, but you're also yelling about somebody swooping in and getting the eyebrows that you wanted to bang. So I don't know that you're really in the house to be throwing that stone. You know what I mean? You're in a glass house. Throw it in a other kind of house.
So I never said you were dumb, just that you're very slow and don't understand many, many things in life or practical things or understand, gravity, stuff like that. But you're not dumb. So don't come at me with no goddamn bullshit no more. I've had it. I'm done.
I'm done with your goddamn bullshit. So Bree's like, she's on some hard trip and I feel like she has something against me because I hooked up with her. So maybe she has something against me. Yeah, surely you're not going to make it worse by coming back for more again and again. Yeah. Just please, before she goes, hug her and then say, it's just that you make me feel so stupid.
You belittle me. So Ellie's like, she doesn't listen to me. Whether she realizes it or not, both Aisha and I are her supervisors. I'm like, are you her supervisor? I'm not sure that you are.
Yeah, it's the second stew power trip. It's an old classic. And so Bree's like, my feelings are valid. And if she doesn't want to hear about my feelings, then that's her feelings. I can't invalidate her feelings because everybody has feelings and everybody's feelings deserve to be validated.
This is definitely the thing these days is to... when someone is going off, you say, your feelings are valid.
No, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what's even more freeing than accepting all of that. Here's the most freeing thing you can learn to say. Your feelings are stupid. Okay? Keep your feelings to yourself. We're at work. No one cares about your feelings. Okay? So best therapy I ever got. I went in as a teenager. I've told you this before, but I went the first time in therapy. It wasn't really therapy. It was a spiritual advisor. And a friend of mine was like, wow, you're really going through the shit. Got kicked out of your house, got sent to a mental hospital because you're gay, et cetera, et cetera. I was like 15. So I go in, I start sobbing to this lady. I tell her everything about my crazy Christian parents and being kicked out of the house and struggling with homosexuality and blah, blah. I mean, I just unload the whole thing. And at the end, I'm sobbing. And she goes, are you done? And I said, yeah. And she said, Ronnie, let me give you a piece of advice. Nobody cares about all that. Everybody else has their own feelings. And when you walk into a room, nobody's thinking about what's making you sob that day. So you just need to walk into every room and remember that everybody has a story that they could sit here and sob about too. It's not just you. So move on with your life. And I was like, wow, that was like the most freeing thing ever. She was not saying don't have your feelings. She was just like, don't wallow in this. There's other shit to do. You know what I mean? Like, have you heard of a Chili's? Go get a fried onion. Do that. And
fried onion sounds delicious right now, I have to say.
Doesn't it?
It sounds so good. I can't even tell you.
Listen, guys, don't wallow in your feelings. Eat them. Okay? That's my therapy. Take that and enjoy it. It was free.
I would love an onion ring right now. So, that's some interesting therapy.
Well, those are your feelings, and I will not invalidate.
Yes, my hunger is validated. Thank you. You're hungry? And that's a valid feeling for you. I love that. That Bri has taken it so far that she's like, well, my feelings are valid. And even though she's being a total bitch, her feelings are valid. And I can't take that away from her. I'm like, you can take those away from her. She's being a bitch to you.
Yeah, you can take it away. All feelings are not valid. Okay. They're just not. Sorry. That's a stupid part of modern living. Everyone's feelings are not valid. Just because you call them feelings does not make them valid, okay? People are feeling that gay people shouldn't have equal rights and that women should not have choices over their own bodies. Guess what? Your feelings are invalid. Fuck your feelings. Fuck you and fuck your feelings. There. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. So then we go to Aisha organizing breakfast with the guest Brittany, who's a disaster. Like, I just don't like Brittany. I can't help it. Don't like her. And so meanwhile, Jono is getting stuff ready and he's like, lobster eggs Benedict's coming, but it needs to be hot. Pussy popping. Hey, anybody have an ingredients list for pussy? Because it's about to pop.
And we're seeing some real growth from Jono because he says, what I've learned from Last Charter is I don't want to put out cold eggs. I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad you learned this lesson as a chef, that cold eggs are not ideal.
I can't believe he even said that. And he was like, And then he goes, so I'm going to make these eggs, Benny, nice and fresh. I still think my job is on the line, though. No complaints, no complaints. Grrr, you're getting warm eggs, okay? Fresh eggs for everybody. It's like, wow, congratulations.
The only thing worse is if he said, this charger, what I've learned is that chicken can't be raw. It's like, you're a chef. You should know these things. So now everyone gathers and Sandy's like, hey, everyone, how was your dinner? This is a trick question because I already know the answer. And they're like, fabulous. It was wonderful. Okay, great. Well, we're going to haul anchor at 11 and then we're going to go to our next destination. It's a very cool place, but I don't want to take it away because Aisha's going to tell you all about it. Oh my God, Aisha. Oh, I'm not going to spoil it. Okay, wait. It's an island. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Aisha, it's you say the rest, Aisha.
All right, Ellie, could you put the cutlery out so it doesn't look like we forgot the cutlery? And she's like, okay, copy. And we don't see this, but I don't think that Ellie does this because later they're like, oh my God, Ellie's not doing anything I'm asking her to do.
Yeah.
And then we get a clip of Aisha asking her to do everything, but we don't see a clip of Ellie not doing everything that she was being asked to do. Of course, I guess you can't have a clip of not doing things.
Yeah.
I guess. So I don't know what my argument is here, but I have a feeling this is kind of like the Hannah edit where Hannah was always shown outside smoking. But I was like, wait a minute, that's the same time of day that she was smoking last time. The sun's in the same place. You can't just play the same smoking clip over and over to prove laziness. And I wonder if that's happening to Ellie. Poor sweet Ellie, who never did anything to anybody.
Yeah, Ellie's having a real hard time this episode with cutlery. It just does not seem to be working for her in the sense that the act of putting it on a table is just, it's just a little bit it's a bridge too far for her today.
Yeah, it's a far bridge. I just got a text from a friend that says, Jesus, Ellie sucks. Well, that's not nice. So I'm over here trying to stand up for Ellie. I love Ellie. And I think on Instagram, her name is the Balkan Biscuit. Isn't that her name, Ben?
I think it's something like that. Yeah.
Because she comments sometimes on Instagram. She'll be like, well, let me tell you, something about the upside down moons is because her epaulets were upside down. I'm like, oh, thank you. She doesn't sound bitchy when she says
Ellie. I'm like, you're not my supervisor. I am actually your supervisor. Something that cracked me up because I don't know if it's gonna be in the notes or not because it was such a small moment. But at one point, Trishelle was talking about Ellie, and she goes, "Allie, her name's Allie, right? She's really nice." And I was like, I love that Trishelle. This is so Trishelle. That she comes on this boat, and after like 3 days, she still doesn't know Ellie's name. She's calling her Allie the entire time. It's very
Trishelle.
It's a very tough charter for Ellie.
But my point was because I just start talking about nothing. I love Ellie because her name has biscuit in it, the Balkan Biscuit on Instagram. Boobies and biscuits. I'm into it.
Does that mean that you're also a Limp Bizkit fan?
No, I don't like limp things. I mean,
limp outweighs the biscuit nature of that name.
It really does. But I don't want a hard biscuit either. I just don't want to have to think about penises and biscuits at the same time. I'm usually indulging in one of those things separately from the other. It's not things that I mix in my mind. Dick and biscuit. Like,
what
keep
about a
them
band
separate.
called Perfect Biscuit?
Perfect Biscuit, Fluffy Biscuit. How about that? Butter Biscuit.
I'm buying the box set. I'm going to the concert.
I'm in. Now that's something I'll pay $1,000 to see. Biscuit Swift.
The Eras tour. That wasn't even a pun. Why did I even say that? The Eras tour. It wasn't even a biscuit pun.
I don't know. I was trying to make that work with biscuit in my head, and it never came together. It's like I'm sure.
It's just a biscuit doing the Eras tour. It's just a biscuit on stage singing, like we will never, ever, ever get back together.
No, it would not sing that because no one breaks up with biscuits.
That's
no one.
True.
It would sing, hey, hi, I'm the problem, it's me. Because I've definitely had biscuits sing that to me when I'm like, why am I gaining weight? And biscuits are like, hey, hi, I'm the problem, it's me. So, yeah, biscuits would sing that one.
Or they could also sing, we never go out of style, we never go out. It's biscuits just like mocking scones. Scones are like, listen, like people keep calling me dry, but I'm actually pretty good if you think about it. Biscuits like, we're never out of style. We're not scones. Like, that's not even the lyric. Like, I know.
Oh, Cruel Biscuit.
There's that little boy at the end of the stage.
All known to Cruel Biscuit. How does Bad Blood? Bad Biscuit Blood. I got
That's the
Biscuit Blood.
That's the Biscuit and Scone rivalry song. You know, at the Biscuit Eras tour, that little boy shows up at the edge of the stage, and it's like, I want a picture with the Biscuit. It's just like a little crumb.
Every time I'm at a Weight Watchers meeting and I look at the scale at the weigh-in part, I'm always thinking, I knew you were trouble when you walked in. Shame on me now. I'm just singing it to a Biscuit. I mean, Biscuits really work for Taylor Swift, but like 90% of her
90%
songs,
of
Wildest
songs.
Dreams. What do I dream about? Biscuits. Gorgeous Biscuit.
Oh, I know what Taylor Swift song.
But Daddy, I love him.
How about
Biscuit?
Ooh, look what you made me do. Look what you made me
Biscuit.
do. Ooh, Biscuit. That's the Biscuit
Biscuit.
story right there.
Yeah.
Full on Biscuit.
I can do it with a broken heart. Biscuit.
Fortnite
Lover.
is-
Biscuit.
Lover.
Fortnite.
Yeah,
Biscuit.
that's Fortnite Biscuit. What about
Blank space. Biscuit.
Karma.
Where the biscuit used to be.
Karma?
Shake it off. Biscuit. Literally a biscuit.
What about the one that's like 16 and all that? Wait, I don't remember how that song. Where it's like, I am like, you're my Romeo, I'm your Juliet. That's Biscuit. Yep, that's Biscuit.
Biscuit. Don't blame me. Biscuit. Completely. 100%. Don't blame me.
Lavender
Fucking
Haze.
Biscuit.
Lavender Haze. That's Biscuit if you're having a lavender scented biscuit.
Gorgeous Biscuit. So High School Biscuit. Literally works for every song. Thank you. You're welcome, Taylor Swift.
Everyone always
welcome.
always thought she was singing about her exes, but it turns out that we've cracked the code. She's been singing about biscuits all this time.
She was singing about her ex biscuits, like other biscuits that she's had, you know?
When she gets up on stage and she points at the audience, she's just pointing at biscuits that she sees. That's all.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
Great news. All your favorite comedy podcasts can be enjoyed ad-free on Amazon Music.
Listen to your favorite music plus top podcasts completely ad-free on Amazon Music, included with your Prime membership.
Dive into a world of laughs by downloading the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free-comedy. That's amazon.com/ad-free-comedy to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Whenever I'm gearing up for my next trip or deciding what to bring is always so stressful. The clothes I have either don't fit, they're worn out, or they just don't match.
But then we discovered Quince. It's our go-to for high-quality vacation essentials we'll be packing for trips to come.
They have European linen shirts and shorts from $30, breathable tees and polos, hard shell luggage, so much more.
The best part, all Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands.
By partnering directly with top factories, Quince cuts out the cost of middleman and passes the savings on to us.
And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. I love that.
I do too. I have the most handsome jacket from Quince. You know, I was like, yeah, I'll go shopping at Quince, see what it's like. It's amazing, and I've not stopped shopping since.
Pack your bags with high-quality essentials from Quince.
Go to quince.com/crappins for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/crappins to get free shipping and 365-day returns.
Quince.com/crappins.
Okay, so then let's see. So Sandy's checking on the guests, and so Aisha's like, okay, all right, we've got your lobster Benedicts, and there's some extra lobster. So today we're going to
wait for it. Here it comes, guys. Aisha, do it.
I'm about to.
Aisha, it's going to be good. Guys, this is one of Aisha's best numbers. Don't talk. Nobody talk. Aisha, tell them.
It's called.
Do it. It's Money Island. You're going to Money Island. Congratulations.
God damn it, Sandy.
Here she comes now, going to an island. Boop, boop, boop. Shotgun bed, and I'm going on a yacht. So yeah. God, when's the Moni part come with the song? I really started too early. I'm fast forwarding as fast as I can. Moni, 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 Moni. What an island, Moni. Oh God, there, finally got it.
Downstairs, Jono's just like, popping my pussy. Popping my pussy.
Oh, I love
someone
Moni,
playing Moni.
Moni, Moni, yeah.
We're going to Mooney Island. There's a little cave there, and you have to swim through a little hole in the cave.
I have some thoughts about this cave, but we'll get there. So
This cave sucks. Okay, this cave flat out sucks. Was there a cave? Because it looks just like a little divot in a rock. It's not a divot. I mean, it's not a cave. It's a divot.
it was literally a rock vagina. They went in there, and it was shallow. It was just it was not a cave. It was not proper. And caves do suck. Everyone knows that whenever you watch Our Planet or Planet Earth or whatever, the episodes about caves are always the worst episodes, right?
Yeah, it's also something in New Mexico. It's like a tourist thing we go to, Carlsbad Caverns, and you go through the caves and the caverns, and you look at the stalactites, the bat poops and stuff. And I always kind of liked it because it's like naturally cool down there. But otherwise, it's just like a cave, and I don't really get it.
Caves are beautiful, but like they're also so scary. And when people talk about how they go on these cave dives or whatever, and they have to go, like I just don't. I think that we're not meant to go into caves, and we shouldn't. You know, maybe a light cave, but nothing really too excessive.
Even Jesus refused to stay in a cave. He resurrected right out of one when they tried burying him in one. He was like, "No, caves are stupid. I'm out of here." And they're like, "Oh my God, it's a miracle." He just hated caves that much.
He said, "Love it or list it," and he went for list it.
He listed that shit.
He listed it.
He's like, listing the cave. I'm taking a loss on this cave. That's how much this cave sucks. So they're going to Mooney Island, and then of course Marsha's like, "Oh, I can't go there. I can't get in the water like I have peacock hair." Because Marsha still has her like, "I slept on my hair, and that's my style" kind of hair. I don't know. I feel like Marsha needs to get other things to cling on to because that's not it. Marsha, it's not working for you. The hair. You need to find something else for your personality.
But that's my iconic thing. I'm Marsha doll. So, and Aisha's like, "By the way, can you swim okay?" She's like, "No." So Aisha's like, she's like, "I really love Marsha's attitude. I really do. But do you imagine putting that much effort into how you look every day? Oh my God, I get exhausted looking at her. I can't do it." I'm like, to be fair, you also live in a van and poop in a bucket. So really anyone who puts on just basically a clean shirt is like, "Oh my God, all the effort to look good every day."
So then she radios Jono. "Oh, they love the Benedict, Jono. Absolutely amazing." "What was that?" "That was my pussy. It popped." My pussy literally popped right now.
So then Ellie goes down into the crew mess, and Joe is there, and she's like, "What's going on? Did you hurt yourself?" He's like, "No, I just have so many cuts." And he has like a pile of Band-Aids. Did you notice? It was like a little bird's nest of Band-Aids. He's just sitting there like taping himself up. I'm like, what has happened to this man?
Yeah, what is happening to that, and why don't we see how he's cutting himself so much? Is it on the thing that he can't turn properly or whatever?
I wonder. He spends every episode like pulling that winch. Like every episode, there's always a scene where he's down there like squatting and being like, "Oh, just cut! It's not gonna catch! It's not catching!" I'm like, what is going on with poor Joe? And he's just sitting there in the corner. He's actually looks really cute. He's just like taping up his bandaged hands. It's with so many Band-Aids.
Yeah, I don't think we're supposed to say wench anymore, by the way. I think that word has been canceled. We need to come up with another word. The anchor holder. I don't know. Anchor puller.
The shell.
Joe's, so Ellie's like, "What is going on with Bri in this sleepover situation, bloody Joe?" And he's like, "Oh, you see, I decay. Listen, all I know is I've put a mattress on me floor, and it's not beyond me, because you know who else used to do that? Grandpappy Papperson." Proud to do it.
You know, she's creating drama for no reason. And she's just going to get out of her way to be like, "Oh, I'm victim. But nobody has done anything to you. So shut the fuck up. Get to your work. Get to your bed. There's nothing to do with me." I was like, the moment she said this, I was like, oh my God, Ronnie is going to love Ellie forever. As soon as she said, "Oh, I'm the victim," I was like, oh, she's speaking Ronnie's language right now.
Well, except that she is being a victim while she's accusing somebody else of playing the victim. "I'm so sick of being the victim of somebody else's claiming to be victim. Ow, it hurts." Is she the victim? Questionable. So then we go back to the guests having breakfast, and Sandy's like, deck crew, you can start hauling the anchor. Morning. Oh, yeah. Anyone?
Okay, well, I guess it's still me masturbating Moni.
You know what's funny? I actually did listen to Moni Moni recently. It came on the radio, and I was like, I haven't listened to the song in so long, and I just cranked it up so loud, and I was like,
Good song. It's a banger.
I was like so into it, and then I got pulled into my garage. I was like, Moni Moni, and then I was like, oh, I'm playing this too loudly because I'm definitely that person right now who's playing a song who thinks that like I can hear it in my car, no one else can, and clearly probably everyone else could in the complex could hear me pulling in, blasting Moni Moni, and then I got so embarrassed.
Oh, yeah. No, don't be embarrassed. That's like some old guy realness right there when you're just like blasting Moni Moni in your car. And
Mona, 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 Mona.
Yeah, take that, rappers.
So now we go to the deck team hauling anchor, which is their favorite thing. And Nathan is like, yeah, bro, we're getting caught. We're getting caught here. The windlass, it's been giving us problems since day one. You're good to go? Oh, God, the windlass. Oh, the windlass is a real issue. Which, you know, windlass is also a spin-off episode, I think, at this point of Wind.
I was going to say, you know what we call Windlass? Nepotism. That's a nepotism show. But you know what? I still watch it.
It's good. Not as good as the original, but it's a good prequel. You get to really know where everyone came from.
They gave a show to Wind's children, you know, and it's not quite as good, but you know, you got to make room for the next generation. Am I right? I didn't think I really liked it, but then I went back to regular Wind and I was like, okay, boomer. You know what I mean? Crazy. So then Marsha and Brittany are talking, and Marsha's like,
Brittany, I want to know more about this charity fashion show you're doing. What it's for autism, right?
and Brittany goes, yeah, autism speaks. Marsha's like, wow, does it? It's an interesting title. I like that title. Can I help? She's like, yes, you too can help autism speak.
I'm in.
So then back on the deck, Sandy.
Autism roller skates, the spinoff. Autism sings well.
Autism Speaks is actually a very large charity. It's a very big one. Yeah, they've been doing a lot. They've been on. I feel like is that the same one that Jacqueline Larita was doing?
I don't know.
Gotta look into that. But Sandy's like, okay, let's get back to that Windlass, my favorite prequel show. What's going on there? And they're like, well, it's giving us a problem. You know, it starts. I'm gonna start flaking the chain. So okay, well done. Thanks very much. So they're all doing all stuff on the deck, etc.
Oh, you might want to tell that chain to get some deodorant. I mean, some conditioner. Am I right?
Hilarious.
Okay, great. I believe in you, Joe. Just kidding, I don't. And so there's a problem. It's not catching, right? And then we switch to Iain doing push-ups because, of course, every time something dramatic and terrible happens, Iain is either eating or doing a push-up of some kind or a dip.
Yeah, this is Iain is definitely getting the edit this episode. He does a lot of push-ups in this episode. Like literally the entire episode, shit is going wrong, and they just keep cutting to him doing push-ups. So then Ellie goes over to Aisha and she's like, Aisha, I'm sorry. And she puts up, she always has this thing where she does like the mime in the glass box thing. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm in a glass box right now. I have to say something to you right now. This Bri situation is getting out of control. She's sleeping on the freaking floor in the boys' cabin. And once again, I am stuck in a glass cabinet. Can you please help me out?
And she's telling me I'm belittling her.
And Aisha's like, but are you? Are you? I mean, you're not supposed to mock people for sleeping on the floor last time I checked. And she's like,
I'm not that person. I'm not belittle person. I will not stand for it. That is where I draw the fucking line. That is where it is drawn.
And she's like, well, I know how it's hard, but you both need to get on with it so we can sort out after this we'll sort it all out after this charter, okay? Bri and Ellie just have this annoying rivalry that is circling around Joe. You know when people are emotionally distracted, it's not like you can discipline them out of their emotions. I was like, I feel like Ronnie is going to have something to say about this.
well, but you can discipline people out of their emotions. I mean, why else would parents say, oh, yeah, you want to cry? What if I give you something to really cry about? That's how you discipline people out of their emotions, and you stop crying so you don't get beat. I mean, Jesus Christ. Do I have to raise this whole network?
I mean, hello, it's called the UK, all right? It's called stiff upper lip. It's there for a reason, okay? Caroline Stanbury's entire backstory is being disciplined out of emotion.
100%. Disciplining people out of emotion has worked for centuries. Okay. And that's the problem with the world today. So, I love that Ellie is trying to pretend that she's not mad about Joe and she's making it all about, the belittling word. You know, it's so funny. So then we cut to Sandy, doing jumping jacks on the bridge, and, she does jumping jacks. It's almost like she's got a virtual reality headset on and she's playing some kind of game where they're just throwing balls at your face. Or I guess just like me, if people were throwing balls at my face. She's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm like, are you swatting flies away from your face? What are you doing?
Yeah, like her arms are definitely not extending over her head. She's definitely just doing like this weird like windshield wiper thing with her hands, and she does the only like 6. She's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, Moni, that was a lot. That was a lot right now. I gotta
really, I gotta start exercising.
She looked like she was like playing volleyball and wanted someone to hit the ball to her. Okay, over here. Oh no, not again. Okay, they didn't hit it to me. Okay, that's fine.
So then Nathan and Gail are doing their flirt where he's like, tomorrow's drop-off day, and there's no drama. I mean, there is some drama, but I'm glad it's not us. And she's like, I didn't think it would be us. I mean, I feel like if we do fight, well, we just get over it. Do you want a strawberry? No, that hurt my feelings. All right, I'll have a strawberry. Thank you. The end.
Your feelings are validated. So then Ellie is like, Aisha's like, Ellie, are you good to go? She's like, yeah, but by the way, just so you know, Bri has also mentioned that she's been fired from boats for causing too much drama. So, if you know what I'm saying, etc. If you know what I'm saying, to be continued, if you know what I'm saying, huh?
If you looked at her LinkedIn, you would see that it says, always fired for saying people belittle me.
If you look at her LinkedIn, you would see that she has been recruited for the Globe Theater because she has too much drama. Okay, that's what they like. Because drama, theater. You see what I'm saying here? Okay, just think about it.
Well, we can't deal with that right now because we're on charter. So then we go to Gail saying she just needs a hug. I just need a hug. It's just so rough. Bloop. Why aren't you calling me back? Oh, God, he won't stop texting me. So Nathan hugs her. And then Bri calls her mom, and she's like, we find out a little bit about Bri. So she's like, standing up for myself is scary. I went to boarding school, and they just had this way of, like, making me feel small. We got hierarchy drilled into us. Whoever was above you in terms of age, you would have to wait at a door, even if the person was 100 meters away. Otherwise, you'd be bullied. The fuck? That doesn't check out. I'm just gonna say that right now.
I love
Ronnie. You went in front of a 5-year-old when you are 4. You fat, stupid little Coke bottle glasses slut.
Little does Bri realize that then it turns the other way, that if you go in before someone who's younger than you, then you get bullied also. What, Ben? You 45-year-old man jumping in front of a 6-year-old to get into the building? So what?
I got bullied.
I love that we have dueling boarding school trauma storylines happening on Bravo right now. Honestly, with Bri and Caroline Stanbury. Caroline Stanbury's whole thing is like, you want to talk about a tough childhood. I don't care about growing up in Kenya. I went to a boarding school and people were mean to me. That's real.
I not
trauma.
only had nannies, my nannies wore brown. Hideous creatures.
Hideous brown uniform nannies. Which, by the way, someone messaged us and said that the brown uniform is actually a specific brand of nannies called like the Norton nannies or something like that. And they are considered to be the best nannies in the world. Like, you go to an academy and like when you graduate, you get to wear the uniform. So
they're also really good at finding viruses on your computer, which is handy.
They also can fly by umbrella, which I'm like so impressed by.
Yeah. So now Joe is Aisha's trying to get the guests ready for their little excursion thing to the hole in the wall cave that they're going to, and Joe's like, we need 20 minutes. Ouch! Oh God, I just lost a hand. Hold on. Sorry. Anybody got any tape there?
I don't have any band-aids. My grandpappy always said, have a band-aid. So he just has those band-aids to cover up little tiny tattoos. It's like, can't have grandpappy see. So they're waiting to go out, and Sandy's like, I don't know what's taking so long. You know, the dock's in the water. We gotta be faster. So here's the thing. We didn't even talk about this. They're the inflatable swim platform things that they put out. They make like a little, I think they're called Naughty Boys. So for whatever reason, Iain told them to inflate them on like one of the decks. So in like one of the areas where people are normally lounging, there's one of these big ass things just lying there. The two of them actually and so it looked strange, and they're like, should we be doing it here? But they're like, well, but Iain said to do it here, and we see a clip of Iain saying that that's what they should do. So now Sandy comes down to that deck, and she's like, whoa, this is opposite of Moni. This, you know what this is Enam. It's the exact opposite of that kind of energy. No,
this is just not going to work. Iain, get down here. Iain's like doing a one-handed push-up off the ice machine. It's like, Iain, get over here right now. He's like, oh, just doing some push-ups. It's like, Iain, what are we doing with this platform? Why is this platform here? This is the guest area, Iain. This is not where we have platforms. Do you understand me? Iain? He's like, well, my plan was to get them off the boat as quick as possible and then just sit tight. But then obviously she didn't like how that looked. I guess I'll just smile and say copy. Now, here's my thing. Why was he doing that? Was she telling him at an earlier time, like, he can't just have the swim platform dock thing sitting in the water this whole time, but then she wants him to go at a moment's notice, so he's trying to, like, have them ready so he can just throw them in the water and look like he's been prepared the whole time? Like, what is he doing? What's he doing?
I don't know. But I was just, when I saw it happening, I was like, how could this possibly be the right thing to do? We know at this point this is a guest area. Why are there these giant floating docks just like laying on top of the sofa?
I don't know. Nobody ever knew the answer. That's for sure. Grandpappy never answered me. So now the deck team is setting them up properly and stuff, and the taxi arrives. And she's like, we got to move. The guests are waiting, okay? We will never board the tender from the swim platform, okay? We got to be faster, guys. We got to be faster. It's Charter 3. And guess what? No one's going to go faster than the athlete whose name is Captain Sandy. 1, 2, 3, okay. Oh, Jesus.
Paris Jenkins, here I come. Only on NBC Peacock. Bravo. So Iain's like, all right, well, the guests can come. And so Aisha's like, I wish I could come along with you. I'm really bummed, but I have glass in my thumb right now. And they're like, okay. And they're all just standing around. And she's like, Iain, would you like to tell the guests to come on down? He's like, oh, yeah. So whenever you guys are ready, you can come on board. It's like, what is this guy doing?
Yeah.
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
Listening on Audible helps your imagination soar. Whether you listen to stories, motivation, any genre you love, you can be inspired to imagine new worlds, new possibilities, new ways of thinking. Maybe you'll find inspiration in the incredible true story of Black female mathematicians at NASA in Hidden Figures, or the fantasy world of Throne of Glass. There's more to imagine when you listen. As an Audible member, you get to choose one title a month to keep from their entire catalog. New members can try Audible free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/imagine or text imagine to 500-500. That's audible.com/imagine or text imagine to 500-500.
So then Sandy is, come on, Iain, we got to get quicker at this. Listen, here's the only thing we don't need to get quicker at on this boat. Jumping jacks. Okay, pretty quick at those. You want to see?
1, 2,
I win awards at quick jumping jacks. Watch this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it was so tiring. 3. Did you even see him? It was faster than the speed of light. Whoa.
If you're wondering why your hair is sitting differently, it's because I caused an instant breeze. I've loved wind so much, I finally found a way to actually generate my own.
I wish I could move so fast that I could cut you some bangs. Okay, that was my polite way of telling you, get some bangs. And listen, that's advice I don't give anybody ever, but you need them. And he's like, well, I just had a different plan in my head, and then you come and you changed my plan. And she goes, well, you know what your plan was? Not working. Okay, your plan wasn't working.
So those always go in before you do anything else. Okay, person with non-working plans.
Okay, in life there are good plans, there are bad plans. Good plans, jumping jacks. Bad plan, walking jacks. See, there's a difference. Okay, the plan matters.
So then we go and we see snorkeling and swimming to the cave, and we find out about Gail, and she talks about being half Asian, and how it was hard growing up, and she had a lot of identity issues, and it wasn't until later in life that she discovered being underwater was the first place that made me feel safe, which is odd because
it's so dangerous.
The ocean is terrifying. Okay, the ocean could just crush you because it feels like it. You could be swimming and the ocean's like, I don't like them. They sing about biscuits too much. They're dead. Boom. And they could just squash you. The ocean could just squash you like a bug.
I never felt more safe than in a place where I literally couldn't breathe and various fishes of different sizes could just eat me. God, I felt so safe.
She's like, the ocean was the first place. My boyfriend didn't text me 5 times. It's like the only place she doesn't get cell service.
So then Ellie is... So now they're all...
I just spit saying that. I just literally spit on myself. Really classy. Please take over, Ben. I quit.
So now they're all... So they've come to this island, Moni Island, and there's like a slit in the rocks, and they're like, we're going to swim to that slit. And so they're all swimming. Ellie's doing it. She's not a very good swimmer, but she's trying. And so we see... There's like, we go through the slit, and then there's like a little area that you can sit, and it looked like there was gonna be more cave, but there wasn't. It was just like a little slit, and they just were all crammed up in there with the cameraman too. By the way, the cameraman's like up there, like up against the wall, trying to film them, getting them all in the shot. And I was like, is this really worth it? I feel like
this is a really bad. This is a really bad excursion. And then you see Ellie. We get a struggle of Ellie, which is really funny. She's like,
I do not know how to swim right.
So they put flippers on Ellie, and she's like,
Oh, ow, oh, God, oh, wet biscuit, wet Malkin biscuit.
And then she gets to the thing, and she's like,
oh, my God, I did it. I did. And they're like, oh, my God, that was amazing. That was so good, Ellie. She's like, I overcame this.
And I don't know. I think it's supposed to be a heroic story, but I'm like, you work on a boat.
It was weird when she finally got into the cave, and she's like, "Oh my God, I have arrived here." And also, Bri, she's a lot of drama. She fired everywhere. Can't keep a job. Just saying, everyone.
Look how Ellie made it through that little hole in the cave. You're smaller than I thought. Do not belittle me, old bitch.
I'm your supervisor. We're the guests. I am still your supervisor.
So back on the boat, Iain is complaining to his crew about how Sandy's such a pain in his ass. And he's like, if I'd been doing it the right way, I probably would have been told to do it a different way. And that's just how it goes. Am I right, boys? And Nathan's like, you just need to smile and wave, basically what we do with you all the time. And he's like, yes. Smile and wave, boys. Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah, exactly. And then downstairs in the kitchen, Aisha is talking to Jono, asking how he's feeling and everything. And then she just lets out this big fart. She goes, "Ooh, that was dangerous." And he goes, "You farted? I also did a stinky one just like 2 seconds ago, like eggy."
Oddly enough, it came out cold.
It was a deconstructed fart.
Even his egg farts are cold. So they get back to the boat, and Joe's like, "How was the excursion? Did the guests enjoy it?" And Ellie goes,
"It was nice. I overcame something I was uncomfortable with."
Okay.
He's like, "The water?" She's like, "No, Ellie is ineptitude. I mean, Bri's ineptitude." I was very uncomfortable with that. She goes, "Yeah, I was like going to push through, but by the way, I hope you don't believe that whole thing about me being a bad person and belittling people, by the way." She's like right back into it.
She's like,
I'm a hero. I swam with flippers. Also, I'm not a bad person. Please don't believe. Do bad people swim with flippers? Well, no.
You know, one thing I saw underwater, all the fish sleeping in their own beds. I don't know, just saying.
So Aisha pulls Bri aside, and she's like, I just wanted to talk to you because Ellie mentioned you're fighting, and we can't do that on charter. You've got to sort your shit, but she mentioned that you slept in the boys' cabin last night. Why are you doing that? Why?
Because it was fun. And like I did it because I was supposed to be sleeping in the galley because I just needed my own space. And then like just before I fell asleep, Joe was like, well, come sleep on my floor. I've got an extra mattress. And I literally went to bed laughing like, let's do it again. I was like, what? What is this story? Oh, no, this is not it. So Aisha's like, are you trying to prove a point to Ellie? And she's like, no, I'm just trying to say it like something to her, but like she doesn't want to hear it. So then we go back to Ellie and she's like, well, how would you feel? By the way, Joe, how would you feel if Nathan was sleeping in someone else's cabin and would like, oh, Joe, I don't feel safe. How would you feel? He's like, oh God, I would hate that. Yes, exactly. No, I would hate having to keep talking about this situation. It's been about 30 minutes. Can we
God,
wrap
just
this
thinking
up?
about Nathan being somewhere else and someone being in my room. It's so hard to feel comfortable finger banging myself to sleep. Oh, God. I really miss that guy. So back to Aisha. She's like, oh, I reckon squash it since we're on charter. And, I can't have you sleeping in the boys' cabin because we're on a trip and you'll be affecting their sleep, their routine. It's not fair to them. Do you know how long it takes to groom those eyebrows? That man needs some sleep.
From day one, I was very open, telling her that I find you attractive, Joe, and I want to pursue things with you. He's like, oh, well, you could have told me though. She's like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. It's just, you know what? She's just very little disrespectful. And he's of course loving this. He's like, well, they're button heads, but I'm the cherry on top. Oh, I'm like the grandpappy on top of the Joe Sunday.
I made it clear to Bri I don't want nothing serious, but I feel bad. Because do I want Ellie? Well, who wouldn't want to go there? Come on. Come on, man. So he's like, wow, people are already fighting over me on the third charter. You guys could have waited. And so she just kind of laughs. And then, by the way, you're fighting over Joe. Like, Joe's cute and everything, but is he fightable? Like, is he worth fighting over? I feel like he's not worth fighting over. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, but he is definitely cute. And so
But I mean, it's like when there's one piece of pizza left, I guess he's the only piece of pizza left.
Yeah, it's like, do you want that? No, I'm fine. Or, what about you? No, I'm fine too. Do you want to split? No. You have it. Okay, I'm gonna have it.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the last piece of pizza.
Can you believe?
I hope you liked it.
I'm her supervisor, and she took my piece of pizza. That is pretty accurate to what it is.
Yeah.
So then we go up to this is where Trishelle goes. So Allie is the interior, right? And Aisha's like, yes, I hope she did okay. And Trishelle's like, yeah, I mean, she struggled, I think, a little, but she was fine. She was a trooper. I was proud of her. I mean, I did call the manager of Money Island to say, I'm sorry, but there's someone who's not swimming well outside. But I think it was okay.
So Gail is like, so did you guys all model together? And Trishelle's like, oh, I'm not a model.
I am a fashionista, though, so thank you. I've got a lot of great outfits coming up later this charter.
It's like, stop it, you're lying about not being a model. No, it's actually the truth. No, stop it. No, it's actually the truth.
This is the part, Trishelle, where you're supposed to say it to Gail. I thought you were a model because Gail's the only one here who looks like a genuine model.
Yeah, 100%.
So then Aisha's like, oh, Ellie, did you have a nice time? I'm just going to go down and just please make sure everything's pulled for dinner, like cutlery and plates and napkins and everything. Just set the table. Surely a simple task that any stew can do, and this won't come back to become a drama later on.
So then she goes to Bri and she's like, Bri, this is not my polo. This was in Gail's drawer, but it's Ellie's. It's not that fucking hard to look at people's initials and then put them in the right place, is it? Is it? All right? And Bri's like,
But where? What does it say your initials?
Where's the initials?
Where is it?
There's not many places on a polo shirt to hide things. Just look around till you find it.
and she tells us,
But people haven't been labeling the shirts properly. And do I look at for labels? Of course. But it's very, very difficult.
Scary stuff. Okay, everyone. Okay, can we see how the wave run? Okay, all right. I just want to point something out to the deck crew. See how the wave runner is in their way? Clip the wave runners on a line and move those out of the way. Is this crew mess clean? Oh God, here. You know what's a good way to clean a crew mess? You lie on a table and you do horizontal jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look, it's clean. But put sponges on your hands too.
So Gail is talking about how she's learned so much and she's gotten so much confidence here, and she always wants to be an equal. And she was trying so hard on her last boat that she was carrying a big heavy block of metal that it slipped out of her hands and crushed her ankle and took all the skin off of her ankle, and she had to get 16 stitches and a skin graft. And she's like, and it was a rough time because I couldn't prove myself to the men, so I just don't want to be good. I want to surpass expectations.
Ow! So I just dropped an anvil on my ankle. It's like, why were you carrying an anvil? I just want to surpass expectations.
So I think we found the true love match, but these people haven't seen the show edited together. But I feel like the real love match here would be Joe and Gail, because they are accident prone and bleeding a lot. And so
yeah,
there's a love match right there. You guys are welcome. If you're listening to this right now, you two crazy kids, give each other a text.
So Gail's backstory this episode is that she was insecure about being half Asian, and she loves she feels safest under the water, and once dropped a heavy block of metal on her foot.
Yeah. She's like, that's why I like it underwater, because things are lighter there. So Gail is saying, so Nathan's like, oh, you take initiative, don't you? What are you laughing at? What's so funny, deckhand? She's like, your accent is lovely. He's like, and so Nathan is broken up by Iain. He's like, Nathan, great job on the crew mess. Just when you wipe the tables, just make sure you get the cloth on the microfiber, because you can still see all the wet marks the way you did it. Nathan's like, got it. Microfiber the tops. Microfiber the tops. Who microfibers a table in the mess hall? That is stupid. That's not even real advice.
Well, I mean, shouldn't it just be that the tables, they should just have microfibers there at all times, so that when it comes time to wipe the table, it's always gonna be microfibered?
Now that I've said that, I guess that microfibers do have. I guess those are made out of fiberglass sometimes.
No, it's not fiberglass. It's just like the way it's designed is that there's just way more. It has a lot more ply than would meet the eye, and so what happens is when you wipe
a little more ply than meets the eye.
Yeah, so when you wipe your surface, you can absorb a lot more moisture, and it cleans up a lot better. But it's one of those things where, like, if Iain had not been a micromanager, it'd be like, if he was like, hey, bro, when you clean the table, use a microfiber. They'd be like, okay, cool. But because he's such a micromanager, it's like, fuck you. I'm going to clean it with a paper towel.
He's the boy that cried microfiber, if you will.
I got to make
sure
now forget about microfibers.
You never know what you're going to get here. They're
synthetic fibers that are less than 10 micrometers in diameter and are finer than a Desitex or a denier thread. I personally have some microfibers, and I use them on my counters myself.
I use them on my screens, which is where you're supposed to use microfibers. I didn't know people use them on counters.
There's a whole, Amazon Prime Day is next week, and maybe there'll be some
fingers all over them. And I will say that microfibers leave little microfibers everywhere. They make me also crazy. So I don't know. I think microfibers are overrated. There, I said it.
Imagine if you were just using fiberglass all this time. You're like, because sometimes it's made of fiberglass. Imagine you're just using fiberglass on your.
No, I meant the tables. The tables are made of fiberglass, not the.
Oh, the tables.
I was saying because I said nobody uses microfibers on tables, but then I thought, oh, well, maybe they're fiberglass, so they get scratched up from regular. Whatever, I don't know. I was trying to justify why you would use microfibers, because it felt wrong once I said it. I was like, ooh, I'm going to get dinged for that, because of course some people do use microfibers on tables, because of course they're made out of some special boat thing. And then what have I just caused? Now everybody's going to be mad at me, and everyone's going to hate me, and no one's going to want to listen to this show if I don't even know where you use microfibers.
I actually need some new microfibers. I'm going to.
All right, we're wrapping up the microfiber.
Next week.
Wrap it up. Microfibers are wrapping up.
They're wrapped.
Wrap it up.
Okay, they are wrapped. So now it's dinner time, and they're changing for dinner, and Bri is pulling decorations for dinner, and Aisha is, she's now come up from her break, and she's checking in on everything, and she realizes that the table has not been set.
Dun, dun, dun. What have you been doing? And Bri's like, well, we've been pulling plates, and then pushing plates, and then pulling plates, and then pushing plates. And I pushed a plate, and then it bullied me. And he's just like, wait a minute, why were plates pulled a long time ago? It's very difficult with Ellie because I don't know if she's distracted, but I mean, she's not doing what I ask her to. Do your job. Do your job.
So Aisha goes up to Ellie and she's like, how come the plates and napkins and cutlery, nothing's been pulled? So Ellie's like, because I was serving guests the whole time. Like in that way, like, don't even try to question me on this, Aisha. And she's like, but can you do it between serving them? She goes, and then I was cleaning up the bar and it just didn't happen yet. Okay, well, we need that to be completely done in an hour, so I'll get the plates and to the chef. That's Aisha's way of being like, fine, I will do what you didn't do, and I will remember this.
So Ellie's like,
well, time has definitely gotten the best of me, but at the same time, Bri has literally been getting away with a murder, and I'm out here getting put on the cross. I'm put on the cross for a small mistake. It's bullshit. I don't know what's going on anymore. It's out of control. Seriously over.
So then Jono, he's making a classic Hollywood dinner. He's going to make calamari fritos and some sea bass. And he's like, calamari fritos, fresh out of the sea, baby. She's crunchy. She's juicy. She's getting my pussy popping. And sea bass, I just want everything to be perfect. I want to erase that one little baby steak I made the other night. I'm like, it's not just the steak, it's also the cake and everything with Gigi Fernandez.
and how is Hollywood fried calamari?
I don't understand that. It's like Vegas night all over again with Kiko.
So now everyone's setting up. Guys are getting ready for dinner. Gail talks about Ellie, and he's like, well, I wanted to get her side of the story. Like, why the girl's sleeping in my cabin and what's going on, you know? And Ellie was saying that she basically broke this little code. Bri broke a code with Ellie. It's called a girl code. And now she's playing the victim about it. But that's between the two of them. You know, it's not professional. It's very immature. Love this girl chat. Who do you think is wrong? Or do you ever want to have sex with me? That's the important part of the story. They both want to have sex with me. Still got it. Still got it.
Now, who do I crack on with? And Gail's like, well, whoever you're going to bang is either going to be the person you're going to continue to bang, or it's going to cause lots of issues. Ow! Sorry, I just dropped a cement cylinder on my foot again. God, I have to stop trying to impress you people.
So now Iain is talking about performing. He's telling Joe he needs to perform Happy Birthday on the piano because that's the big show tonight. And so Joe gives us a monologue. He's like, being an entertainer, it's always come from me mom. I liked acting and she'll give me a scene or whatever and I would act. It's like, can we stop acting like you're going to come in here and play like the entertainer? You're literally hamming your way through Happy Birthday with two fingers.
I know.
I don't need a monologue from you about this right now, okay? My left foot.
Yeah, after all this talk.
my left foot was the one I hurt.
Can we not talk about that right? Okay, Sophie's choice.
So, meanwhile, Aisha is really so proud of what's happening with Jono because he's doing such a better job this time. And she's like, I would love nothing more than him to run through the ribbon at the finish line with a gold medal around his neck. And he's like, girl, that's too much running. I'm not going to do that. No way.
Yeah, I would really love to finish, and I hope he can, but unfortunately I know that Captain Sandy's already hired Malia to take his place secretly. We're just waiting for her to arrive. Because doesn't this feel like one of those seasons where Captain Sandy has an ace up her sleeve, where she's just waiting? She's like, okay, got one of my favorites loaded in the cannon. Can't wait to put him in here after Jano does something stupid.
It's either be Malia or Colin.
Oh, wow, I can't believe I'm back in. I wonder if I... Hey, Mom, can you make lasagna for the crew? I'm on chef duty. No problem, Collie.
You're doing great, Quali.
So then Ellie is still so mad about Bri. She's like,
With Bri, she's trying to make me look like a bad person to the community I live with, but none of my concerns have been addressed.
She's slandering me in the community. It's so funny.
she's running for office.
So Jono's presentation is lovely. He really killed it with that fried calamari, apparently. Sandy's impressed. And then Marsha's like, oh, wow, have you ever seen Trishelle's Playboy pictures? Amazing. And Trishelle's like, the best one was when I was bending over and calling the manager. Iconic.
So now, after all the talk about Joe being love entertaining, and they're like, "Oh, Joe's gonna get on piano," now it's time for the happy birthday moment, and he's on the piano. He's like, "Bling, bling, 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 bling." It's like it's like fifth grade piano recital happening over there.
It's not great. And also everybody does that thing because everybody hates singing happy birthday. It's so embarrassing. And you have to sing it badly because you can't be like, happy birthday, because, you look like an asshole or whatever. There's just no right way to sing happy birthday. And then whenever someone takes over and they're like, I'm going to play happy birthday, everybody just kind of gives it to that person. Like they're doing it. So I'm literally not going to do anything. And then it just ruins the whole experience because some people are like, happy birthday. What are you? Come on, happy birthday. You've sung it before. Why are 20 of you acting like you've never heard this song before? And then you've got poor little Daniel Day-Lewis over there just knocking it out of the park all by himself.
Yeah, and this was a particularly bad version of Happy Birthday. Like, we've seen a lot of bad Happy Birthdays. This one was just, I don't know what was going on with it. I don't know if they were trying to be sexy or something, but they were like slow and low. And they were like, happy birthday. I was like, what is going on with this crew right now?
So then we go to the morning because, why do we need to talk about it more? So we go to the next morning and Bri wakes up and she's like,
it felt really good to be sleeping in my own bed, but people sleep in other people's cabins all the time for different reasons. And it's not like I was sleeping in the bed. I was sleeping on the floor.
And Aisha's like, Bri, where did you sleep last night? She's like, I slept in my own bed. She's like, good. So then everyone's waking up and everything, and they're doing the cleaning, and she's like, okay, we're going to go in. It's the last day of charter. Start hauling immediately. And Nathan's like, copy. I'm just having some trouble with the windlass because he's trying to make this windlass go. And every time he's doing it, it sounds like Pep Boys. It's like, so things are like not working with the windlass.
Yeah, and I said before that's when it wasn't catching, but this is where it's not catching. Dun, dun, dun. There's no power on the windlass. What are we doing? It's the port side. It's not the port side. It's the starboard side. And she's like, is it because of my favorite show or is it just not connecting? And he's like, family ties? No, wind. Oh, no, it's not connecting, and it's not turning the windlass off. Oh, windlass, what's happening? I don't know. Hold on. Let me do a few jumping jacks. What is the... Okay, I just did 4. God, that hurt. Jesus Christ. Did it catch yet? Did it catch?
And then they're like, well, since the windlass isn't working, we're going to get like the tender and we'll bring the guest ashore with the tender. So at this point, because Ian's asleep, you got Luca, you got Yvonne, you got Piers, all these people we've never seen before. They're like popping up onto the deck, and the tender is dead. The battery is dead because Iain was in it last night and forgot to turn it off. So Iain, who has been asleep through all this and has caused one of the major problems. So now the boat can't move. The tender can't move. And Sandy's woken up Iain. She's mad at Iain. Everything's going to shit. And they're one thing that they're going to do is they're going to tie a line from one windlass to another windlass, and they're going to use that one to do something with that one. But then the line snaps and the thing falls, and it's looking like they're going to be leaving an anchor at the bottom of the sea.
Dun, dun, dun. And then we just hear, ow! Oh my God, Gil! How did that hit you? I just needed to feel comfortable, so I was in the water when you let go of the anchor. Gail.
Terrible timing, Gail.
Get up here, Gail. Crazy little nugget. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. That was some Below Deck. Thanks for being with us on Crappens on Demand and watching this, some of you. And we will talk to you next time, okay? Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
Stroll in the park with Caitlin Clark.
She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela. Itchels. Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas.
She's never scary. It's the Green Fairy.
Jamie, she has no last namey.
Hava Nagila Weber. Know your worth with Jason Kurth.
Sipped some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's always supplying. It's Kelly Ryan.
Kristen the Piston Anderson. Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino. We want to hang with Liz Lang. Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
The Bay Area Betches. Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall. We got our wish, it's Jen Plish.
She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch.
She's a little bit loony. Junie. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo. We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Shadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender. The incredible edible Matthews sisters.
Give him hell, Miss Noel.
Ring that bell for Rachel.
She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke. Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.
If you like Watch What Crappens, you can listen ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts. Prime members can listen ad-free on Amazon Music. Before you go, tell us about yourself by filling out a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.
Peyton, it's happening. We're finally being recognized for being very online.
It's about damn time. I mean, it's hard work being this opinionated.
And correct.
You're such a Leo.
All the time. So if you're looking for a home for your worst opinions,
if you're a hater first and a lover of pop culture second,
then join me, Hunter Harris.
And me, Peyton Dix, the host of Wondery's newest podcast, Let Me Say This.
As beacons of truth and connoisseurs of mess, we are scouring the depths of the internet so you don't have to.
We're obviously talking about the biggest gossip and celebrity news.
Like, it's not a question of if Drake got his body done, but when.
You are so messy for that, but we will be giving you the B-sides. Don't you worry. The deep cuts, the niche, the obscure.
Like that one photo of Nicole Kidman after she finalized her divorce from Tom Cruise.
A mother to many. Follow Let Me Say This on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Listen to episodes everywhere on May 22nd, or you can listen ad-free by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app on Apple Podcasts.
Nancy's love story could have been ripped right out of the pages of one of her own novels.
She was a romance mystery writer who happens to be married to a chef.
But this story didn't end with a happily ever after.
When I stepped into the kitchen, I could see that Chef Brophy was on the ground, and I heard somebody say, "Call 911."
As writers, we'd written our share of murder mysteries. So when suspicion turned to Dan's wife, Nancy, we weren't that surprised.
The first person they look at would be the spouse. We understand that's usually the way they do it.
But we began to wonder, had Nancy gotten so wrapped up in her own novels...
There are murders in all of the books.
...that she was playing them out in real life? Follow Happily Never After, Dan and Nancy on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can binge all episodes of Happily Never After, Dan and Nancy, early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus.